You're listening to littlepodcast.com. Wow, don't search Lola Bunny with Safe Search off.
Yeah.
That's my first suggestion.
She was a child, John. Babs
Why
and
was
Buster
that-
were children. Did I get banned from Twitch?
Highly recommend not doing this. You have been warned.
Bling, thank you. Bling, bling,
Thank you for donating.
you.
Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 260. I'm your host, John Rowe, joined by my co-hosts.
Matt Hag.
And on location, TJ May.
TJ, can you describe the storm that you're in right now? The horrific weather situation.
And the rebel insurgents.
It kind of smells bad. And it's just a full gas storm. I've eaten some crap today.
What kind of car? What kind of car are you driving? What kind of?
I'm in a minivan. You know,
classic.
classic for people with kidlings.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
Gross.
You know,
What kind of minivan you got there?
are you guys watching me on Google Maps or something?
No,
This is kind of getting messed up.
no, we're just looking at what's it called? The CCTV in the area that you live.
Oh,
We're
Yeah.
following a minivan on the road. We just want to make sure you're doing all right.
What's the
Yeah,
code on your SIM card? Just like
Yeah.
no reason, no tracking region or anything.
it's 12345.
Oh, okay.
123 Fake Street.
I've used that before. 123 Fake Street,
Yeah.
because it's true.
All right, boys, this is the address. Let's go in.
Yeah, man. How many, Matt? About on average each day, how many butts follow you on Instagram?
Not less than one a day.
Really? But you still get
It's-
them though, right?
Yeah, but it's rare enough that every time I get one, I think, oh, this is those Instagram butts John told me about.
Yeah.
I get
I
more.
got-
I haven't gotten them so much recently, but I get a lot of spam on Twitter because I think my Twitter page is categorized as a musician, so I get lots of like, pay us money
Hey.
and we'll give you lots of followers and
Yeah,
stuff
that's
like
how
that.
it works.
That's how.
Let me check. I want to check my Instagram. Let me get some names of these butts that have been following me.
I also now every time I upload something new to SoundCloud, I'll get an account that likes my track, and their like picture is gain 1,000 followers by paying us cash money.
Oh, I thought it showed you who's followed you on Instagram. I think they insulate you from that. So, oh wait, no, here it is. Likes. Geraldine Halstead. She liked a picture of my cat. It's literally just a butt. Like, wow. Look at this. What the what? Oh, Matt. Okay, I'm gonna read.
I think the
to
butts disappeared on mine.
Well, I'm gonna read to you what this lady butt that followed me earlier today said. She has 932 followers. Geraldine House said, "My sweet, my name, Geraldine, spelled Gearldine. I've never seen it that way. Want to see my hole? And then maybe you can FUCK me. If you want, please tap here faster." And the website is www.zombieblasteradventures.com / a bunch of numbers / BDI. So is this someone who's just like on some like free mobile game trying to get people to like use his referral link?
This is
What's
a spam account that I've gotten recently. Natalie Watson, healthy living, diamond emoji. Traveler, diamond emoji. Blogger, weightlifting emoji. Current weight 125 pounds, 57 kilograms. Starting weight 200 pounds. Oh, before the starting weight, there was a fire emoji. And there's an emoji that I don't recognize. And that's my fitness diary, natty-blog.info.
Okay. So I got a like from a Genevieve Galacinao. She said, "Hi, dude. My name, Rosina Corsino," which doesn't match the name of the account. "Want to see my hole? Then you can FUCK me. If you want, please tap here faster. www.2cancer.com. TOcancer.com. So are they just buying like website URLs that seem like weird and normal rather than like having the... Yeah, here's another one. "Oh boy, I'm Judith Romansky. Do you want my ASS? Then I want SEX. If you want, please tap here quick. www.devmicro.com." Okay, so the funny thing about the one before this... No. Genevieve, the most recent one, is if you look in the past of that account, it's like a dude's account. Like some guy who's got a lot of selfies of him. He looks like high school aged or whatever. So someone just hijacked the account and like turned it into a spam thing. It's so crazy.
So on Twitter,
yeah,
I've got a post. It's pinned to the top of my, I guess, timeline or whatever it is, of the last song that I released, and a link to where you can buy it. And somebody favorited it. Sophie May, whose pinned tweet is, "I wanna F kiss emoji CK the SHT out of you." Google. Okay. And then it's a URL, Google goo.gl/A3MPEL. Wow. I'm 23 years old.
Ooh.
So I bet if I click that link, nothing bad will happen to me.
You'll get every single computer virus ever made.
All of them.
All of them at once. That's how they do it now. They get you all at once, give you a real good computer infection, and you're fucked. Yeah, I always think that's weird. It's like, I don't know, who falls for this? Like, it's like too...
I don't know, but there has to be a certain amount of... people that do it to make it worth it.
I have on my pinned tweet a picture of Dot from the 1990s cartoon Reboot, and she's like in a sexy pose, and it says "the hottest thing 1996 had to offer."
So when we were dorking around on Rabbit earlier, I searched. I needed a profile image, so I searched for Lola Bunny. I found some stuff.
Wait, who's Lola Bunny?
The bunny from Space Jam.
Oh, really?
The hot bunny from Space Jam.
You found a really not hot photo. Did you know
I didn't want to do... Well, there was there was one that was somebody drew the human version of Lola Bunny from Space Jam, and that I just was very confused by.
Wow, don't search Lola Bunny with safe search off.
Yeah.
That's my first suggestion. Well, I have a weird Photoshop of Natalie Dormer's face onto Lola Bunny, which is really weird because it's not good.
Is that the human one I saw?
No, I don't. Maybe it's a really bad Photoshop, whatever it is. There's a lot. There's actually if you reverse Google image search this,
that is the one I saw.
There's a billion versions of this.
It's so bad.
It's pretty upsetting. I was into Space Jam. I don't get the Lola Bunny. Like what? Was she? Come on. She's no Jessica Rabbit. That's where it was at.
Yeah, but Jessica Rabbit wasn't actually a rabbit. I think that's what these people are after.
I see. We have different tastes.
Why, when you search for Lola Bunny, half the pictures are Natalie Dormer? What the
I don't know, man.
Is there a connection? I'm going to post a link to an image and the doc, and I just want you to look at it. It's not Lola Bunny related at all.
What the fuck is this? Why?
I don't know. Somebody made the Home Alone poster with Natalie Dormer instead of Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, that is going to get saved for the image for the episode, so we're good on that one.
What is wrong with the internet?
Yeah.
Can we make that mobile phone wallpaper size too? I would think it would be the right shape, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks like it.
Oh my god. Why?
You know how that poster looks. So
What is wrong with the internet? I guess that's a question we ask of ourselves every day. Wow. Lola Bunny, huh? Ooh, there's a couple sexy ones here.
Oh boy.
Oh my god. I'm not getting it. Sorry. Lola Bunny was never my crush, folks.
Okay, of
You
all
can-
the bunnies though, which was your
Which one?
crush?
What,
If you say Babs, you
what's
sick,
wrong with
disgusting
Babs
fuck.
Bunny?
She was a child, John. Babs
Why
and
was
Buster
that-
were children.
Look, when I was a child, I can have a crush on another child. Isn't that how it works?
I don't think you can carry that into your adult life though.
But if you're asking me who I had a crush on back in the day, I mean, that's just kind of how it's got to be said. No, I never liked Babs Bunny. She was annoying. She was like, come on, get off Buster's dick already. I would like to commend the internet that Safe Search Off has not given me any horrible Babs imagery, so thank you for that. There is an image of just Babs's feet enlarged, which is weird. So that fetish exists somewhere.
Well,
but-
I hadn't thought of it before, but now that I know it exists, it makes total sense.
Yeah. That's true.
If you're into cartoons and you're into furries and you're into feet, that's like the golden nexus.
That's it. It's the golden triangle. So I wanted to talk about. Mentioned reboot earlier, right? We didn't talk about this last week, but I really wanted to talk about it. But they're doing a reboot. So everything's getting.
Super proud of that headline that you
TJ yelled so loudly it broke his microphone. It like all roboted out. All right, reboot is getting a reboot, and then the subline on the headline is because nothing is sacred. That's true. Yeah, that show was kind of like belonged to its time though, because it was like '96, like computer.
I never actually watched Reboot.
Well, okay, so it stars like an antivirus program who is on like the mainframe, and then like the person who owned the computer would boot up like computer games, and then like there would be like a virus, and then like he would be like this program in the background trying to stop the virus from fucking up like the user's like experience, and there would be like points where it'd be like like the user would be playing, and then they'd be like, oh, can't interfere with the user. It was just kind of a neat idea of like in the background of your computer there was a little like antivirus man running around like fighting off Hexadecimal, who is one of the programs.
Wasn't there
a big
an episode where... Oh, go ahead, TJ.
Yeah, wasn't there a big subplot about if the user actually won the game, it would ruin their whole world?
I mean,
So they had to
maybe.
make sure- Yeah, I thought they had to make sure that the user never won. Kind of harkens back to the days where all the games started.
So
I'm
every time
looking-
you win a game, you're killing all of the people that live inside of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Wait,
look up
wasn't there
the plot.
I've heard of an episode.
A
Wasn't there an
guardian
episode
named
where
Bob.
a big cube came down and the main character was like trapped inside of it doing battle and aged several years?
Maybe. So the big cube you're speaking of is the game cube,
Okay, yeah, that's it.
or like the game grid or something that would drop down, and then everything inside that would turn into the game basically. So there was 4 seasons of the original series. Wait, network censorship? The early show's early jokes at the expense of the boards and standards and practices came to frustration. Wait, what? The character Dot was considered too sexualized by the boards of standards and practices, even though she was never one
really?
to expose much cleavage. So animators were forced to make her breasts less curvy and form them into a single lumpy mono breast, lightly referred to by the staff. However, starting with season 3, they were replaced by anatomically correct versions. In another case, the word hockey, as well as the sport itself, was cut in some country, as it was supposedly used as a vulgar slang term there in another country. What the fuck? All right. In the episode Talent Night, one scene of Dot giving her brother Enzo a sisterly kiss on the chin was cut due to boards of standard and practice's fear of promoting incest. An insinuation of which Pearson, one of the creators of the show, described as one of the sickest things I've ever heard. It's just insane. Like the standards and practices are like, oh, that fucking like innocent thing. Oh yeah, that's fucking incest. So, and it's like, what? No. Let's see here. There is a reboot video game on the PlayStation, so you can play that. Yeah, so it was basically, Bob, Guardian number 452, Guardian the mainframe, Fong, his Asian man, mentor, like his like sensei, basically, command.com. Oh man, this show was awesome. So you want to hear what the new show is?
Yes.
All right. Chorus Entertainment announced yesterday that it was bringing Reboot back as a live-action / CGI animated hybrid. The new series follows 4 teenagers who discover that they've been selected to become the next generation guardians of cyberspace. After playing Cyber Guardians, a popular MMO, the 4 teens are recruited by a security agency to defend the cyberspace they coexist in. The live-action sequences will follow the teens when they're out of the game and living their day-to-day lives. But as soon as they're on duty, they'll switch over to CGI animation. The animation will be constructed using Unreal's game engine. This sounds like the worst thing I could ever imagine being made.
When you first saw the combination of live action and CG, I thought you were talking Spy Kids 3D.
Yeah, basically. No. It's like, oh, we have our lives outside of the game, and then here's our lives in the mainframe. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Exactly. Kind of the way Digimon is, where they're in Digimon World or not. But anyway, can you even watch this on TV now? I don't know. You probably get it on DVD. Everything's available on DVD. Sorry?
Or VHS.
Or VHS, yeah. Definitely of that time, VHS. I would like to mention that Matt has left his desk. So I made him too sad. I'm going to throw up a Lola Bunny screen share so that he'll be terrified when he gets back. Oh, that... how about this one? Let me just make that my full screen. Let me just screen share that. Alright. That's Lola Bunny's badonkadunk. So, TJ, Persona 5.
Yes.
We gotta talk about it. Well, do you want to wait until you get back home?
Yeah, I'm about 8-10 minutes away. So
let's
wait on that.
Let's wait till we can sit down, but that's a hot topic we got to get to.
Game too, because things.
I have not played it yet. You know, a game I did start playing again recently is I bought.
It's a nice screen share you got there, John.
That's fucking right. That's what you get for leaving. All right, I'll leave.
I actually had to pee, but I thought it would be funnier if I stormed off.
I left a screen share up there for you to come home to. Little Lola Bunny backdoor action.
Oh no!
All right.
Did I get banned from Twitch?
Probably not. I chose a non-explicit image. Wait, the image screen share disappeared. If you look at the video, oh, that's disappointing. It didn't actually show my image, actually. Oh, because I was clicking around on my screen. It actually just showed the Google Doc, so people got a little inside baseball.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Shit, damn it. I'm not finding the image again. I don't give a shit. It was not a good enough joke. It splashed up for a second. No, I was talking about, I bought Kingdom Hearts, the collection.
Oh, yeah. I did too. I haven't started playing it yet.
Yeah, so Lauren had spoke about wanting to play Kingdom Hearts because she's way into Disney stuff. And we started playing it, and I was like, man, this is an old game. It is not very forgiving or very good at telling you what you're supposed to be doing.
The first one is. Yes,
the design is not very user-friendly. I wish I would have done easy mode. I did normal mode.
Yeah, I think all the games on super beginner mode just because I want to play the stories again.
Yeah, but I worry about I always worry about like super beginner mode because like if you do super beginner mode in like Nintendo games, it's like baby mode. Like it removes all like consequences, and it's like, well, no, I just don't want it to be hard. I just want it to be normal. Whereas like in like a Nintendo game, like what was it, Kirby's Epic Yarn I was playing, if you put it on easy mode or casual mode, you just get wings. You can fly everywhere. There's like no platforming.
No, I actually know what beginner mode does in the Kingdom Hearts remakes, because it's the same that they did for the PS2, or sorry, the PS3 versions, because I have those as well.
Yeah.
They basically have every game. It's ridiculous. But what beginner mode does is makes the enemies a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But what it gives you is it gives you like 12 each of the attack up, defense up, and AP up items.
Okay.
So you just boosted, but otherwise the game's exactly the same. You're just able to rush it.
Oh, okay. So you're a little bit stronger to start the game.
Exactly. So it's not really hand holding.
Oh man, I wish I would have done that now.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever. It's fine. It's not that hard of a game. It just, I remember the frustrations of originally playing it, because like in that game you have Donald Duck and Goofy as your like squad mates, and Donald Duck is the magic user and he does the healing. Like there was literally a point where I was fighting the first boss and I had no health, and I was like, Donald, please heal me. For God's sakes, I have no potions. And I'm just running around trying not to get hit, and he's just not healing me, and then I died. And then the next I loaded up 2 seconds later, I do the fight, I get low health, he heals me instantly, and we win the fight. And I was like, what the fuck? Because the AI just seems kind of weird on that. Like, it doesn't prioritize. And I think early on in the game, you don't really have a lot of control, because like, I think it gives you that later. And it's like, fucking A, man. The game design of old is different. And the platforming is kind of janky in that game. But the music's still great. It looks amazing in HD. And the set design and art design of all the levels are so good. Like, it's still great, so it's exciting to go back. I never finished it. I know friend of the show, Adam, this is like his favorite game. He's played it through like 10 times. Thank you.
I've done about half of 358 Days Over 2. I've beaten the Game Boy Advance version of Chain of Memories.
Yeah.
I've played Recoded about halfway through that as well. Actually, maybe I'm about 2/3 of the way through 358 over 2 days.
Yeah.
And Dream Drop Distance, I'm barely into it.
Yeah.
So it's not that it's a bad. It just really isn't. It's just not very far. First I Sleep, I only just barely started.
Yeah.
Just the original versions, because I've not played any of the PS4 ones yet. I've only just put them in my system to install, and that's it.
Yeah. Hey, Matt, do you want to know some Kingdom Hearts game names?
Sure do.
Because they're fucking ridiculous. All right, we've got Kingdom Hearts, cool. Kingdom Hearts : Chain of Memories. Then Kingdom Hearts 2, awesome, we're good. Kingdom Hearts Coded, which was a mobile phone game, and then a DS game. Kingdom Hearts Mobile, great, for some sort of Japanese-only phone. Kingdom Hearts 358/2 days.
And it's pronounced 350 days over 2.
Oh,
which makes no sense.
Perfect. Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. That's a game
doesn't
name.
Make any sense.
Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance. This is my favorite one, though. Is the most recent one that they released in January on PS4, which is Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
I know, dude.
Is
Japanese
that just
game
bad
titles.
translation or something?
No, it's kind of their thing, I think.
It's complicated, especially because the remakes were called 1.5 remakes.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah. Matt, I forgot to tell you, the thing I purchased, the game I purchased, oh man, let me get the Amazon name of this thing, because it's a fucking mouthful. Because it's like a 6-pack of like all the games, basically, that have come out
Only 4
in one. Sorry?
Only 4 of them are playable. The other
Wait,
2 are
what?
movies.
Oh, really? They didn't say that when I bought it.
I did.
I just, now I know. All right. Okay, no, it's just called Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 Remix. Remix is RE and then all caps MIX. But it was pretty good. It's $50. I paid $40 because I got it on Amazon. So
The biggest problem with
oh man,
The biggest problem with Wham is that they just
we
didn't
got
have
lost
enough
in the middle of
hits.
that. Sorry, what's up?
The first
It's not working, TJ.
I'm almost home, so it will be good in a minute.
Okay, TJ, just try reconnecting real quick.
Yeah. I want to hear.
Okay,
I want to hear
almost
you
there.
say it one more time, TJ, and I want to hear if it cuts out again.
All right.
Third time's a charm.
Here we go. The biggest problem with 1.5, 2.5, and 2.8
Yep.
is that the first digit of all of them is a Roman numeral, and the 0.5s and 0.8s are regular numbers.
Oh yeah, you're
Wait,
right.
really? So it's like I.5?
Yes, correct.
That
You're
is a
totally
nightmare. Just for organization, that's horrible.
So TJ, what's 2.8?
Okay. So the 2.8 is another collection. 2.8 is a collection of 3 things. It's the 3DS game Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. They made an HD version for PS4.
Okay.
And the final mix because it's got all the extra Japanese stuff.
Okay.
It comes with a sequel to Birth by Sleep called Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep 0.2, a fragmentary package.
Okay, great. Yep, that all makes sense.
Yep, and then it comes with a Kingdom Hearts key back cover. Key is the the Greek letter chi, or key, depending on who you ask.
Yeah.
It's pronounced different. And that's related to the mobile game Kingdom Hearts Unchained, which in Japan was called Kingdom Hearts Key.
Oh my god.
So it's all just very straightforward.
And here's the thing. The titles are not the most confusing part of the game, because if you really dive into the whole story, it's complicated as fuck.
Okay, so I've been playing this game, right? The story makes no sense.
Yeah.
It's just nonsense. Like, what is everyone and what are people doing? This 2.8 video is... What is this game? What is 2.8? How do you follow the storyline in this thing?
This game is, we need a way to shove Disney characters into a video game universe so that we can make money off of it. I don't see
they
how that's
animated
so
the fuck out of it, though, is what happened.
Their whole reason for even doing a 2.8 is they wanted to get that 3DS game on a console.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is nowhere near ready. In my mind, I don't even think it's half done.
Yeah.
So they want to hype the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
And 2.8 is like, well, we did 2.5. We can't call the next one 3 for just rehashing stuff.
Yeah.
2.8.
Yeah, right.
2.8 might have been overshooting it. Maybe like 2.6 or 2.75.
I have a theory as to why Kingdom Hearts 3 is taking forever. And it's two like minor parts, but they just work together. You put Disney into anything, and they require so much perfection that fucks everything up. Just fucks up the creative process. So every step of the way, they have to get Disney approval, but Disney
except for Iron Fist, right, guys?
I don't even watch I don't watch a single Marvel television program.
No, me neither.
I
watched
don't have
a few
the time.
episodes of Daredevil, and I keep meaning to get back to it, but
I'm sure it's good. I just don't have the time to watch a 13 episode, hour-long per episode series. I mean, it's so much. I'm sure it's good. I can't.
But what was the other thing, TJ?
The other bit that's pushing the game back like forever is there have been 3 huge properties that Disney now have rights to.
Yeah.
There's no way that they're not going to in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're like, how do we bring Star Wars and Marvel into the Kingdom Hearts universe?
And Frozen. It's got to be Frozen.
Yeah. Because the last official new information besides the Prologue screenshots that came out 2 months ago that we got is, hey, we're putting Tangled in the game.
Oh my god, yeah, I saw that.
Years ago.
That's so old, though.
I know. You know what's crazy is, like, just how insane people are over this fandom, though. Like, it is a huge deal.
For Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, the Kingdom Hearts, like, fandom runs deep.
Yep.
Like, and I mean, I get it, I guess, because it's kind of a cool mixture of both Final Fantasy characters and...
Is the Emma Watson Beauty and the Beast going to be Kingdom Hearts canon now?
Oh, yeah, for sure. They'll get there.
Eventually. Anyway, I'm going to drop for a second
sure.
while I get inside. And
Perfect.
Keep talking.
Yeah, so it's just insane because and it's this fucking game company put out Kingdom Hearts in 2002, sequel Kingdom Hearts 2 in 2005, and nothing since then. Like everything has been like it's Square Enix, the Final Fantasy company, but like they made like all these like mobile games, a PSP game, a DS game. Like they haven't made like a proper
Did they make a
full-on sequel.
Like a PlayStation 4 Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, they did Final Fantasy 15
last year.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 15. I have that. But they haven't made like the sequel to Kingdom Hearts 2 in like since 2005. Like
because they're still printing money.
I know, it's just 12 years on and they haven't done it. I just want to talk about nerd stuff for a bit. Is that okay? So, I don't know if do you watch the show Adventure Time?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
There's a lumpy space princess, I know that much.
Do you follow the internet like culture of like let me think of it, like Geek and Sundry or like various like board gaming channels and like
I've heard of Geek and Sundry. And, no, I'm not really a Wheatonite.
Do you have a lot of Funko Pops that you own?
No, none.
Do you like awesome mashup T-shirts with like a Doctor Who TARDIS, but with like Mario coming out of it? So it's like
I like them, but
wow.
I don't own any of them.
Yeah, so I want to just do the Filthy Frank, like hold up the clock. It's time to stop. I really hate like the twee nerd culture that exists, and it really bothers me.
Appropriate underscoring for this.
I think that like, give me the old man ranting music. What's going on here? But like, you know what I'm talking about? I just was triggered by a friend who posted on Facebook an image of Nathan Fillion getting up from a table where their board game was being played and walking over to the guy who plays Hodor, and he says, "Oh hey, could you sorry." Well, he opens the door for him, Like, you didn't want to say hold the door. Get it? Like, this, like, super easy, lame-ass nerd humor really bothers me. Like, it's like, so self-referential and gross, you know? Like, it's just, like, I hate that shit. Like, and it always bothers me because it's lazy to me. And it's like, you're making pop culture... But I mean, okay, here's my best example of that, Matt, that would make the most sense to you. Do you watch the show The Big Bang Theory?
I'm aware of it.
Okay, but you know, like, do your parents like The Big Bang Theory and tell you
my parents
how
like
great
the
it
Big
is?
Bang.
Because that's what my parents say. And so I would like to say that here's the thing, is that nerd culture shit is Big Bang Theory, is what it is. It's literally you're just using cultural references as the entire purpose of what you're saying. Like, you're just like, oh, here's a reference. That's the whole thing. There's no substance. And it bothers me because it's like cutesy and fun and like you can trade in that, but there's just no substance there, and it's boring. And that's why The Big Bang Theory as a TV show really, I think, just doesn't hold up. Because, well, like, I'm not going to completely trash on the show as garbage because there's good performances there. I mean, what's his name? Jim Parsons is really funny. He's a funny guy. He's a comedic physical actor. And, you know, I can't remember the name. The Indian guy, he's really funny. Like, all these comedians are great.
Oh, yeah.
But the material is the guy who everyone, he always jokes about how everyone confuses him with Kumail Nanjiani. He's in that nerd show that's not the one that's on HBO. He's a really funny guy. And all the people on that show are great. It's just, the material is basically just like, here's references. Like it's the South Park previous season member berries. Like, you remember this? That's the joke. Oh, remember Nintendo 64? That's hilarious.
Well, whereas it's almost like somebody took a bunch of cultural touchstones that are currently being talked about and jammed them into something, thinking that it would be a hit, and then it turned out to be just this horrible Pepsi commercial.
Yeah.
I mean, Big Bang Theory episode.
And I call it like the mashup culture, where people just kind of take little pieces of stuff and then mash it all together, and it kind of loses any consistency, you know? And it's twee and fun for a while, but like, just
it's
while,
surface level. It's like, there's a difference between, hey, I heard about this once, so I'm going to mention it, and oh, I actually understand this, so I'm going to reference the intricacies of it and point out the inherent humor of it.
Yeah. So it's also kind of like, and so the comparison I give to Big Bang Theory is the British television show The IT Crowd. And that show is really funny. And it not only is it really funny because the actors are all incredibly good.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Thank you. What's his name? Chris O'Dowd. What's her name? What's the actress' name? Catherine something? Oh my God.
The only one I remember is Chris O'Dowd because he was in Bridesmaid.
Richard Ayoade. Or Ayoade? I don't know. It's Catherine something. Catherine
Heigl.
Matt Barn. Matt Berry, sorry. He's also hilarious. But that show's good because, while it has all of those nerdy references, you see, you know, someone wearing like a Guided by Voices t-shirt or, you know, weird like nerd stuff in the background. That's not what the show's about. The show's about the awkward characters, you know, and their inability to deal with the situations that they have presented with them. And not just the nerds, because one of the characters specifically isn't. Well, I guess they have that on the Big Bang Theory as well. But that is, it's not the same because she has her own like personality and agency that is like, she's trying to make it in this world that she doesn't understand. So she's just a bullshit artist, not just dumb bimbo, you know, kind of character. Whether
the comedy is supported by the references or whether
it
completely hangs on them.
That's the best way to put it. In Big Bang Theory, the comedy is the references. In the IT Crowd, the comedy is supported by references. And that's why it's good, because in deep down, it's just good comedy with funny, nerdy references. It could be about a bunch of plumbers that live in the basement, or a bunch of janitors that work in.
And this
in a
isn't
department.
something that's new to like nerd culture. This has been going on in hack sitcoms for decades.
No, yeah. Well, and the thing with nerd culture is that the fandom now has the internet, and so all this like shit that was like, oh man, I used to watch Red Dwarf, right? It was like my favorite TV show, and that was cool because I had fucking ripped copies off of VHSs that I had that nobody else had, so I could watch it, and it was like this cool rare thing that I had access to, and now it's on it's on Netflix now. Everyone can watch it, and it just kind of opens everything up. So I think it just becomes more pop culture, which is not as cool and nerdy as I would like it to be. I don't know. I'm just being lame. I'm being cynical. I'm being everything's sold out.
I think there's some truth to that, though. Like, if you make it less specific to nerd culture and you say, like, whether the comedy stands on its own or whether it completely depends on these references, like, that's the definition of hack comedy. Like, if it doesn't stand on... Like, the same thing can be said about, like, 2.5 Men. Like... that totally stands on the concept of Charlie Sheen is crazy wild guy, whoa! But there's no, if you strip him away from that, there's no actual comedy underlying it.
Well, yeah, and it's just a mess. The world is like, and it's why I brought up Adventure Time.
The world is a vampire.
Because you'll have situations where you have a really cool show like Adventure Time that's fun and unique and innovative and awesome. And then like around season 4 and 5, it just kind of becomes a show that's referencing its own lore like constantly. And it's just kind of about... The show's really cool. And it's the same problem I have with Orange is the New Black and the newer seasons, is that it's basically has become a show about, hey, remember that side character? Here's a stupidly long explanation and arc.
The first season of Orange is the New Black was good.
I like the first season. I like the second season. I like the third season. And the most recent... Well, the third season was a bit of a letdown.
I didn't like the second season even. I felt like it had gained too much traction. And the first season was so popular that by the time the second season started filming, it was that whole like... I forget the thing, but where the subjects of the experiment are recognized they're being observed, so it affects their behavior.
That's totally a thing. Like, that's a thing with reality TV shows you'll see happen. Like Jersey Shore has that where the first 2 seasons, 3 seasons, they're kind of like this, and then by the 3rd season, they know that they're popular, so everything changes, and everyone's trying to promote their own brand. It just becomes a different monster altogether. But yeah, that's the problem I have with like Adventure Time. Like with Orange is the New Black, once Jason Biggs left, the show kind of I lost the plot.
Oh, he left?
Well, yeah, he's done because like his storyline ends. And I'm sorry I've spoiled a 3-year-old show, but
he didn't even seem necessary in the first season. Like, every time I cut to his character, I was like, okay, you're losing the pacing here. Just get on with it.
I think that having that outside world perspective of, like, what's happening was the lifeline that the show was using to kind of tie the reality of the real world to the weird prison reality that now doesn't exist in the show. And the show is basically like every episode is a different background character getting flashbacks about why they're in prison. And it's like, this isn't a story anymore.
Flashbacks. Flashbacks are lazy storytelling. You're trying to give weight to characters that do not have...
That didn't have it before because they didn't need it because they're not main characters.
No. Yeah, it's like it happened in Lost, like...
Yeah.
If you want a quick and easy hack to give emotional gravity to the character's actions, just give them a fake, flashy flash backstory.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to do any of the work of actually developing characters.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just it's a mess. We're just talking about laziness in writing and just hanging on to references, and it's a thing I really dislike about like nerd culture and like Comic-Con, like, and all this stuff is just being like, it's kind of like eating its own tail, basically. It's just turning into a monster, I think. Like, Game of Thrones is, like, turned into a complete, like, different thing than it was, you know, back when I was reading the books. Sorry, I read the books before the show started. I'm that guy.
So I haven't watched any of the show yet.
Oh, I just want to say
Should
this.
I watch the show first or read the books first?
Watch the show. It's
and keep
really
in
good.
mind, I'm the slowest reader on the planet,
Watch
so
the
it
book.
takes me about 12 months to read 100 pages.
Watch the show. It's really good. Like, it's
Okay.
definitely really good. And the missteps it makes from the TV show or from the books are rare and usually very quick. Like, it's just like, oh, that was a weird side plot they decided to do. Oh, it's over in an episode. Whatever. Like, they self-correct pretty well. No, that's a really good example of it being done well. But sometimes I feel like, I'm trying to think of what show. The last season of, like, Breaking Bad, it felt like a lot of times they were trying to do, like, right for, like, BuzzFeed or AV Club reviews. Like, what crazy thing can we have people at the water cooler talking about every episode? Which is one thing I liked about Mad Men, because that show is just like, we're going to tell a story, and it's going to be full of mundane things and exciting things, but we're not going to try and, like, have the episode paced where in the third act something shocking happens, and then you wonder what's going to happen next week, and you talk about it for a week with your friends, because it's just weird storytelling.
There's I imagine this probably happened with Breaking Bad, the Simpsons effect, where you have people writing for the show, and then there's such a high turnover rate that towards the end you have people that grew up with the show writing for the show, and it just becomes a parody of itself.
Yeah, that's actually what I wanted to talk about as well, with a thing that I worry about with the Mystery Science Theater reboot coming on in a week. Because I read an interview with Felicia Day that had me really scared, because she said her favorite episode was Manos Hands of Fate, which is the episode that people that don't watch the show say, because that's like one episode people think about. It's a bad episode of the show. It's got probably one of the funniest moments and characters, because that movie has a character named Torgo who is an insanely weird, like, hunchback man. It's just ridiculous and weird music.
And that actor comes back in a bunch of their shit.
Yes,
so,
and it's
like,
hilarious.
And that's the thing. It became such a thing because they kept referencing back to it.
Yeah. And so I was, like, arguing, like, people were like, oh, whatever. But I was like, the correct answer to what's your favorite Mystery Science Theater episode, if you're a true fan, is here's a weird episode that nobody else's is everyone else's favorite, but to me it's my favorite because it has this one weird reference that I really like, because, you know what I mean? Like, everyone should have their own personal, like, that's my favorite because it's weird, and I like
Let's
the
wind
dumb
this
shit
out. Are you?
Yeah, sure.
Are you a Joel person or a Mike person?
Ooh. Okay.
Hard hitting.
The fans are gonna hate me.
They're gonna hate me too, then, because I think I know what you're gonna say.
So I've had a lot of people, like, you know, this. I have to say I'm a Mike fan.
I am a Mike fan too.
I'm gonna get right out there and say it. I really love Joel, and some of the best episodes are Joel episodes. Like Pod People, incredible. Like, so many good ones.
And
his
like,
humor,
as a trailblazer, he was the guy. But his humor is a lot drier, I think, than Mike's.
Yeah, it's
where Mike is just kind of like that. Oh gosh, I'm a good guy kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a dry wine. Like, it's classy and good.
I definitely appreciate Joel more.
I love
I've
it.
aged. But since, like, when I started getting into Mystery Science Theater, and I was like fucking, I don't know, 13, 14, something like that.
Yeah.
And I was watching it on Comedy Central.
Yeah, same here.
That was the Mike years. So in my brain, he was always cemented as the the Mystery Science Theater guy. So when I started going back on Netflix and watching the older stuff, and like. I was like, who's this other guy? This isn't Mike. This isn't the one I remember.
I do like to mention that, like, Joel and Mike, you know, people have that argument, but, like, season 3 and onward, Mike was the head writer. Like, it's not like he wasn't part of the creative process. Like, he just wasn't the guy in the suit in the movie theater. He was writing the jokes
he shows
with
up in the earlier episodes as Mike the janitor and everything.
Yeah, exactly. He'll show up as weird characters and skits and stuff. So
yeah,
I don't know. The whole argument bothers me.
It's a whole Moffat situation,
Yeah, I just prefer Mike because I have the childhood memories there.
Like, me too. I'm in the same boat. He was the friendly face I saw on Comedy Central with his little robot pals.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fans are gonna hate me.
Okay, you've never seen Mr. Science Theater.
Exactly.
Oh,
that's fine though. That's a fandom that is like kind of a weird thing.
No, I mean,
it's a weird thing.
I want to get around to it, but I know it's an investment of time I have.
It is a massive investment of time because each episode's an hour and a half. Like here.
Yeah. Well, I think if you're just starting to get into it, you could start with the movie, and that's a good starting point.
That is a good starting point. The movie's good.
Yeah.
There's a couple really good. I mean, just look at like any top 10 list of episodes and find them. Their like YouTube channel has a bunch of free ones that are good ones. Like Mitchell is on there, and that's a really funny one. But yeah, so the problem I have with that show is, like, to fold it back to what you were saying, Matt, is that I feel like I'm worried that the writing staff on that show are fans of MST3K, and it's going to be written with that coloration in it, like, so it just doesn't feel genuine. But Joel, and this is why I backed the Kickstarter, he actually sent out a thing talking about how he had specifically, on his like tours, like with the Cinematic Titanic crew, like met writers and other people and collaborators in the Midwest, and like got like unknown people to come be in the writing staff. So it does sound like they aren't
that
just
they're trying to recreate the magic.
They're not just getting like the Hollywood nerd cabal of like Patton Oswalt.
Yeah, because part of the magic of that was it was a bunch of nerds from Stout
nerds
like
in
started
fucking...
in community television.
Yeah, best brains in Minneapolis, Minnesota, like just making a TV show in Minneapolis, like fucking crazy. And now it's in Hollywood, which is fine because it is just cheap, to do it there.
And to give you a little bit of deja vu,
Titanic versus riff tracks.
Okay, sorry, TJ.
To give you a little bit of deja vu, because you basically had the same conversation, I think, back in episode 160, 170.
TJ, you're the only one that remembers the shit we say.
Yeah.
Because it was about a year and a half ago I was listening to those episodes on my way to and from work. And one of the bits was you're talking specifically about, one of the ways to kind of make this really well is if it wasn't a lot of Hollywood insiders.
Yeah.
Find a couple of, budding comedians out of like the Midwest, out of the South, out of whatever. Mix it up a little bit instead of just people who've made themselves career comedians.
Yeah. I'm always the kind of guy who's like, you need variety to make a spicy sauce. And if you keep doing the same, you keep using the same cadre or stable of Hollywood actors and writers, everything kind of feels the same, which is kind of like what you can see with, if you've watched the show Community, there's the 4 seasons,
that Yahoo show,
and then there's the 5th season where Dan Harmon was kicked off the network basically, and that season is just weird. Like the show feels like a shell of itself, referencing itself. And then Dan Harmon came back for the final season on NBC, and then the screen season, and the show feels like itself again, basically. And it's like, it's kind of one of those things that's like just crazy that it's kind of the thing. You got to find your voice, and it's really hard to emulate that a lot of times. But sorry, you were saying Cinematic Titanic versus riff tracks.
Yes.
Riff tracks.
Definitely riff tracks.
I just love being able to watch, because they do a lot of modern movies that are just really fun. I think Cinematic Titanic is really cool because it's like a stage show, and a kind of a whole awesome live riffing thing.
I think it was Riff Tracks Live.
Yeah.
Where they did the simulcast to the theaters.
Yes.
I don't remember
and they
what
actually,
movie it was, though.
I saw Twister, I think, in one of those. They do some really good ones, but they did a collaboration, Cinematic Titanic Riff Tracks, like mega show, I think, last year, that I backed, but I didn't see. a Kickstarter. I feel like I got a video copy coming at some point. That's the thing about Kickstarters. They take your money, and then a year and a half later, you're like, did I ever get that?
Forget about it.
Did I get that? I backed that. What did I get out of that?
If we want to pivot on to Kickstarter, I actually have both of my Kickstarter things are giving me stuff this week.
Oh, okay.
For the most part.
What were your Kickstarter things?
I'm definitely going to pee, though. So I'll
okay,
go
ahead. That's the second time already. Anyway, just a couple days ago, Use Your Words finally came out.
Okay.
Which is it's very similar to like the Jackbox games. It's a party game where you could, they give you either prompts or like a foreign film with a missing subtitle, and you got to fill in the stuff. So it's either a local or an online up to 6-player party game. It's a lot of fun. So you may see me starting to stream that quite a bit over the next couple of weeks or whatnot.
Okay.
And then the other one, Ukulele, comes out next week.
Yes.
So I'll be getting that. Yeah. So I'm 2 for 2 on Kickstarters.
So Ukulele is interesting. What the fuck is up with this? I'm sorry. I'm just looking at this Kickstarter thing that I did where I got a digital download of the show. Here it is. VOD now available in September. So how do I get it? I never got it. How do I get it?
So, sometimes it's through email. Sometimes you just have to log into Kickstarter. It's in your messages.
Kick this to the backers. Pick up a digital copy. Okay, so I can click it here. Weird. It's just weird that it's like not that like I didn't get an email about this. It was just an update. And okay, so I do have a copy. Sorry, Ukulele. What are you thinking about the reviews coming out on that? Because that review.
I haven't read any of the reviews yet.
Really? Do you want to? I want you to guess what the Metacritic is.
I'm gonna guess kind of mediocre to low, so probably around like 62.
I shouldn't have colored it with me asking like, did you see the reviews?
And here's the thing: I would have thought it would have actually reviewed low because a lot of people don't like games like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Anymore.
Ukulele. That's the Xbox Metascore. Let's not do Xbox.
That's what I'm playing it on. Well, that's what I'm going to be playing it on.
Well, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do whatever platform has the most reviews, because I don't really care if there's an Xbox specific one, because those tend to be higher.
60s, right?
It is 68.
Yeah.
So a lot of the reviews, there are some extremely scathing reviews. Jim Sterling gave it a 2 out of 10.
Okay.
I think Kotaku kind of gave a pretty negative review. Polygon gave it a pretty bad review. I think the problem that they have with it, and I think I would see with it, is they were like, the problem with this is it is like the old games, that you remember, and that's cool, but also they did zero things to fix issues. Like, there are camera control problems that are really annoying, and it's like, really? Like, this is the future. This should be easier.
You think they'd be beyond that at this point.
They said, but, it's colorful world, good gameplay, a lot of humor, but I think what people said was like, and then the game kind of bogs down on itself as well. Like, it's actually kind of weirdly difficult and frenetic. And one of the issues that the Polygon reviewer specifically had was, got through the game, put in like, 10 to 20 hours or whatever it was, and they got to like the final boss room that they had to unlock, and they realized they only had half of the like whatever unlockables they needed to unlock of it. Yeah, and they were like, really? Like, it just felt like the game. They were like, this game feels like it's been padded out, to make it seem longer when it didn't. I don't know. Anyway, it's just kind of like, yeah. I'm sure it's good. If you like those kinds of games, then I'm sure you're gonna love it. That's my thought.
I mean, the way I look at, the way I'm thinking about this, at least from what you've said, is a game like Super Mario 64, a game you could technically get to the final boss door. You can't really unlock it until you get 70 stars.
Correct.
But Mario 64 really made you feel like you wanted to get all the stars in the levels.
Yeah.
It's not just like, they're there and you just kind of do whatever you go around. No, you really want to get them all before you move on.
Well, and I feel like with this game, the complaint was probably more like let's say if you got to that door and it was like, actually you need to get 100 stars to get this door, not, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, whoa, that's like almost all of them, not like a good portion.
I have a feeling it's probably going to feel more like Donkey Kong 64 pacing than it did like Banjo-Kazooie pacing. And
so I gotta say, I mean, if you're gonna like that kind of game, I'm sure you'll like it. So I think it's just kind of someone like me who's got to be like, maybe I'll wait for that to go on sale, like, because I liked Banjo, but that's basically all I played of those kind of games. So
now I even though I'm going to be selling it next week because it's physical copies on launch day.
Yeah.
So they will be at GameStop.
Yeah.
What's it retailing for? And is it different digital to physical?
Oh wait. Well, let me check.
Because I have a feeling it's 30.
That is not true. I think it's 50.
50?
It could be.
Really?
Nope, 40. 40.
40. Okay. Because I kickstarted it with $24 American, and I'm getting the digital version.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I guess, for me, I guess it's worth it. I think.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I paid more for Rare Replay, but then again, you got a lot more because you got all of Banjo-Kazooie's. You got Conquer, you got Battletoads. I get to play a lot of the ones I like RC Pro-Am and Cobra Triangle. So
I mean, I think this looks really fun and cool, and maybe I'll love it. But I guess what can you expect out of a Kickstarter game? Is it going to be amazing? It sounds like it's just going to be like a middling 7. Like, if you like the genre, you're going to love it. If you're someone who probably wouldn't like this, then you're not. Yeah. It's not going to win you over, basically. So fair enough. Kind of a whimper, I think. People are hoping it was going to like reinvent the genre, and I feel like it probably is just. It's just a good game, So
yeah. So should we get to Persona?
Yeah, we can talk about that. Matt just got back from his bathroom break, but you actually would like to talk about this, I'm sure.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk about it, especially as someone who went from being I owned a couple Persona games and played about 2 hours of one of them to this past year becoming a ridiculous Persona fanboy. So mostly because I got a Vita and I got that Persona 4 Golden, and it completely stole my soul, and I never went back. So, Persona 5 just came out, and I've got this lovely, lovely, lovely fancy box and fancy bag with it, but whatever. I want to talk about the game, and then we'll talk about the controversy.
Yes.
So, we definitely have to talk about the controversy, because there's a lot to it, and, well, let's just get into it. So, the game itself has a lot of style, a lot of flair, and I freaking love it. Plays really well.
Yeah.
Gameplay's tight, and it just freaking pops. Because it's a mix of like 3D and like graffiti style art, and I adore it. I absolutely adore this game. I'm not very far because I haven't had time, but absolutely love it.
Yeah.
About a half a day after it released, Atlas USA, which now owned by Sega and whatnot, released a statement. Do you happen to have the statement in front of you, John? Because I don't.
Sorry, what? Oh, yeah, let me get that.
Yeah. I don't think we need to go over the whole thing, because the statement itself has spoilers.
It does not have... come on.
A little bit.
People are spoiler-averse like crazy.
No, I'm normally not. I'm usually fine with spoilers.
Okay.
But in a game that is story-heavy, I just...
It's a public statement they sent out. Like,
I know, but I think already having the cut-off in-game date, in terms of this Persona series and how it works with a calendar-based system, that in itself, you know when the big plot twist is going to happen if they publicly say the date in the article.
Well, they say it here, so.
Exactly.
But I won't say it in the podcast then. Let's see here. Here's the statement they issued. Simply put, we don't want an experience to be spoiled for people who haven't played the game. Our fans have waited years for the game to come out, and we really want to make sure that they can experience it fully as a totally new adventure. While content guidelines are par for the course for reviewers... Oh, okay, this is what they said. Blah, blah, blah. Let me get the exact statement, because I'm not the editorializing. Here we go. Okay, so let's now talk about Persona 5 streaming videos. Simply put, we don't want to be spoiled, so read the guidelines. Please do not post any specific plot points or story spoilers. This is the video game company asking fans to change their behavior online, basically.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Go on with
it. If you do
it.
that, you're going to have a bad time.
We'll get to it. Yeah, let's just read this.
Yeah.
Simply put, we don't want the experience spoiled. So, good example. They give examples on how to talk about the game. The game deals with dark themes right off the bat, with a lecherous teacher and other corrupted individuals. Bad example. Players immediately run into teacher troubles right away. Like, you know what I mean? Like, spoiler. Like, okay. So maybe you could, I don't know, what the fuck? They're like just saying, all right, anyway, don't talk about the story.
Can I
don't be a
offer
dick
suggestion?
online. Yeah,
Can I offer a suggestion for how they could have done this completely differently and accomplish the same goal? Instead of saying, hey, don't stream this stuff, say, hey, people who haven't played the game yet, there's stuff that's going to get spoiled, and if you want to not ruin your experience, don't look at streamers for this game.
Yeah, exactly. It's so weird. Like, anyway, you're more than welcome to talk and show confidants. I don't know what that is. Confidants. The new combat, Velvet Room, dungeons, etc. Please keep in mind that as a singular story playthrough, viewers are highly wary of spoilers. Okay, this is the best part. In-game content limit. Please limit video content through the in-game date of X/X. So they have a actual date in the game. They don't want you to do any video content after.
April 20th.
April 20th, yes. 420, blaze it. You can post however many additional videos you'd like, but please limit each to be at most 90 minutes long. This is what they're telling people how to enjoy the game and stream it. No major story spoilers, and I'll leave that up to your good judgment. If you need some guidelines, avoid spoiling the end segments of the first 3 palaces. Where you can show initial interactions, avoid his... it's like giving specific character advice. This one character, avoid his awakening scene, and the whole deal about the painting. Also, don't post anything about a certain student investigator. Like, okay. I know I mentioned not showing the end of each palace, but you can grab footage from it specifically mentions a boss fight. However, don't capture video from any of the other boss fights. Do not focus solely on cutscenes and animated scenes. Should prominently feature dungeon crawling / spending time in Tokyo. You can post straight gameplay or have commentary. Oh, they give you that at least. You can have commentary or post straight gameplay. All right, here's the deal, though. Streaming content. This being a Japanese title with a single playthrough story means our masters in Japan are very wary about it. I love the way this is worded, because it's kind of like, don't shoot the messenger. Okay, so sharing is currently blocked through the PS4 UI. So in the PS4, Matt, you can just hit the share button and go stream to Twitch right away.
Not in this one.
Can't do that in this game. It doesn't let you. However, if you do plan on streaming, the video guidelines above apply except length, because you're streaming. Obviously, you can't keep it to whatever time if you're streaming. It doesn't matter. If you decide to stream past the date, X/X, and then in big, bold letters, highly recommend not doing this. You have been warned. You do so at the risk of being issued a content ID claim or worse, a channel strike.
Okay, but they know that that's just like
suspension.
daring people to stream past that date, right?
Yes, and that being said, it's a super special case for us, and we're in an ongoing discussion about how our policies may evolve in the future. Thanks for reading, and good luck in the metaverse. This is their thing. I'm sure comments have been disabled for this post. Yeah, this is the textbook definition of the Streisand effect.
Yeah, as Brett said in the chat, like this is.
Yeah.
There's no way this could not have backfired on them.
It already has. There's people that have specifically been going on message boards and bombing people with late game story spoilers, like being purposefully spoilerful now, just to kind of like be brazen about it.
And and there's there's some. There's some validation in that. I understand, people's feelings and whatnot, and going with that.
Sure.
But I know.
Yeah, but the way
way
you approach it is it falls on the consumer of the information to not be spoiled. So you warn them instead of being like, "Don't post this. I'll punish you."
I'm definitely not defending Sega on this. I'm defending their. I mean, I'm sure that they had feelings because they want people to experience the story, without previous spoilers, so everyone can get. It's like if you got spoiled the big twist with Fight Club, it would ruin you. Never get that first experience of that.
There's a twist in Fight Club?
Yeah, Helena Bonham Carter is Edward Norton the whole time.
Oh my god. Bruce Willis was dead the entire time.
You monster.
I've still never. Now, I already know the spoiler of that. I've never seen that movie.
I just mentioned the spoiler, and you know what the movie is immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of one of those situations.
I think I saw the spoiler of that on Scrubs before I actually saw the movie, too.
I actually was not spoiled for me, and I would like to say that I totally didn't see it coming. It was really well done.
Really?
And I was like, anyone that saw this and said they saw it coming is lying to you, because it is... You're just kind of like, what? Like, there's no indication, really. Anyway,
well, that's the thing. Like,
sorry.
So yeah,
none of us can have that experience ever because that's already in our cultural lexicon.
Yeah.
So it's become a cliche at this point.
And I understand what they're trying to do here with this, but this is literally like, and then so people that were in the press they had review copies of this. They said this like warning that they gave the public is almost exactly what they were given as press before pre-release. So pre-release coverage had to do all this stuff. And it's like, okay, I understand that, but once the game's out there, people are allowed to do whatever the fuck they want with it. Like, sorry, you can't just say, oh, you're not allowed to watch my movie drunk because then you won't understand it. It's like, no, I'm going to fucking do this however I fucking want because I'm a fucking American and we're in America. I'm sorry. We're in America. I thought this was America. But yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's like, this is a classic corporate mistake where they try to control the world instead of adapting to it.
Yeah.
And you can't do it. Like, you may not like that your narrative is going to be ruined because this is like the streaming world that we live in now, but you have to accept that it's going to happen and adapt to it. You can't just like issue this kind of decree and try to change it.
Well, and it's going to be a pretty big deal.
But backfire.
Too, because this is what fair use is. And they're saying basically the thing that you're protected with copyright law, we're not going to let you do that. And that's something they can't say. That's against the law for them to want you to do that. Or against, at least maybe not the law, whatever the statutes are for copyright protection. Like, I don't know. Don't be a dick and don't spoil shit for people. Come on.
All right, so
also,
I'm not going to play devil's...
Yep, go.
Oh, go ahead. You finish your thought, and then I'm going to take over.
I'm just saying, don't be a dick and spoil things for everybody. Don't be that person. But also, if you're a company like this, you have to understand you can't control what the public is going to react to your media. You just have to, it's like a baby. You got to throw it out of the tree. Isn't that the phrase?
I think that's what people do with babies.
Oh man, I don't have one. So TJ, is that what you did with your kids?
I don't know. Some of them are still stuck in the tree.
Sometimes you gotta
throw it out with the bathwater.
Yeah. You gotta let the babies fly from the nest. Throw them out the tree. All right, TJ, go.
I'm gonna tell you, as a late game Persona fan, not late of this game. I'm not very far, but as of just becoming a Persona fan.
Yeah.
That I could tell you right now that I will not watch anyone stream a Persona 5.
Yeah, of course.
Because I want to experience it myself. I'm going to avoid all
Same
spoilers
here.
as I always have.
Yeah.
Secondly, while yes, I believe that Sega and Atlas are somewhat in the right for just suggesting, hey, please don't ruin other people's experience
Fair enough, yeah.
with your story spoilers. I don't condone the way they said it. They basically went from huge specific suggestions to straight up threats.
Yeah.
And besides besides being illegal or very asshole-ish, it's just a douchey move. It straight up is.
Yeah, threatening people.
And it's gonna get more people that were, kind of only on the bubble and didn't care as much to go out and ruin things.
Yeah.
Like in that one certain Final Fantasy game where one certain person dies and everyone knows. So, it's
Cloud.
Superman.
Exactly, yeah.
When Cloud dies.
When Superman dies in Final Fantasy 3 and the whole world becomes a popsicle.
In my Final Fantasy, Cloud died and I stopped playing the game. That's how it ended to me. I never finished that.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's pretty much a dick move. I understand where their heart's at. I understand, they want to protect the fans.
Yeah.
But fans have to protect themselves.
Yeah.
So you could issue some suggestions. But don't be.
That's what I'm saying. Like they target at the wrong people. You target at the fans and not the streamers, and that way, if the fans get it ruined by following one of the streamers that they follow, you should know that this is a streamer that's gonna spoil stuff for you.
So I think the important part to think about this too is this isn't them not wanting people to be spoiled out of the good of protecting the story. This is a company. This is a company saying, we don't want people to stream a lot of this game because since it's a story-based single playthrough game,
once someone watches the story,
they're not going to buy it. We don't want someone to just watch a full playthrough of the game, which is bullshit.
But hey,
because
if your game is
exclusive,
if your game is story-based and you can experience the full story by watching it third person through somebody else, maybe it's not that great of a game.
That's true. But I think what makes these games unique, Persona at least Persona 4 and 3, which are my experiences, is that, you could watch someone play it through, but the wealth of choices that you have in those games, it's I kind of enjoy watching, and so I watched Persona 4, and I haven't played it, but I watched someone play through the whole game. And you know what I did? I bought Persona 4 and Persona 3 because I wanted both of them because they were incredible, and I started playing them, but I never finished them. You know what I mean? I would never, without having watched Giant Bomb do their endurance run of playing through the entirety of Persona 4 in 100 hours, I would not have been this game's awesome. I need to buy it and the soundtrack, and I want to play Persona 3 now. And it's kind of one of those things that was a tool, and they talk about, so many people email them about that. That's why I started playing Persona, because you guys played it. I never would have thought of this game until, that. And it's just kind of you're really shooting yourself in the foot when you do stuff like this, because I understand that. And a game, you don't want that, but I feel more people are going to pick up the game because of that. Because in Persona 4, you have so many choices over how the way that story ends, how you interact with characters, what characters you're friends with, and how everything, it just, the game could play out so differently. So I think it's kind of one of those things that you could watch through and enjoy, but you kind of want to play it yourself because you do have so much choice on how to go about playing the game. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
TJ, thoughts?
Exactly that. And the thing is, I don't think they would have been as dickish about it if it wasn't for the fact that Sega just bought them recently.
Yeah.
I think Sega bought them about a year ago. So.
Oh, sorry. Let's talk about that for a second, because
I know.
I have another story about Sega and streaming services. So Puyo Puyo Tetris, which is coming out on the PS4 and Switch in English. I already own Puyo Puyo Tetris on my PS4 because I bought the import version. So what they're saying is that they said in the Japanese Puyo Puyo website, players who want to share clips from their Puyo Puyo Tetris may do so in their personal and non-profit blog, homepage, and Twitter. They can even upload footage to video sites, but not if they're for commercial use. They're saying, don't monetize our videos, basically. Sega is also warning players against uploading certain parts of the game, like the main adventure mode campaign, for fear of spoilers. Yes, spoilers in a Puyo Puyo / Tetris crossover game. So, I mean, it's been available since 2014 in Japanese. Here we go. Sega has updated and confirmed that these do not apply to the North American version.
Yeah.
They were saying, well, that was just for the initial release. Now that it's out in America, we don't care. And
Wait,
it's like...
initial release? You mean 3 years ago?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they were saying, like, oh, that was more speaking... Because it was on the Japanese website. More speaking about the Japanese website and, like, the Japanese release and not the new release. They're saying, we don't really care. We want them to share their experiences with the world, but we do ask them to please be conscious of revealing adventure mode story cutscenes. You know, my version of the game, the cutscenes are a bunch of people yelling in Japanese, and I do not understand them. So, I don't think anyone would get any of that.
All right, so John, Puyo Puyo or Tetris?
Puyo Puyo.
Okay.
I love Puyo Puyo.
I'm split. I like them both.
I love Tetris. I love Puyo Puyo. I just love the way Puyo Puyo works. It's my favorite.
Dr. Mario is my puzzle game jam, though.
Yeah, that's Puyo Puyo ish.
Yeah.
It's fairly similar. I think that... Yeah, because in Dr. Mario's like Puyo Puyo, but the
You have to be in a line.
Well, it's not even that. It's that you're getting drugs and it's it's that when blocks hit, they don't split. Whereas in Puyo Puyo, if you put a block horizontal and it's not supported, the other side will fall, so you can split blocks.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I love Puyo Puyo though. That's like I played, and before Puyo Puyo, if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you've played Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, you've played the shit out of this game, which is what I played back in the day. Yeah. So.
John,
anyway.
The chat is saying you look like Gabe Newell.
Really?
Yeah.
I fine. I'll take Gaben.
Gavin.
Yeah, go finish Left 4 Dead 3.
Gabe, I'm sorry.
Bring us Half-Life 3, goddammit.
Wait.
The patented Born in the 80s drinking game. Take a shot every time someone says wait.
Wait. You heard it here first, folks. I can't even read that on my screen.
I like that it's
close.
on a Blizzard notepad, too.
Hey, I've been playing a lot of Dota. And I've been playing a lot of Heroes, because I got to know the competition.
Playing a lot of Blizzard Dota.
Half-Life 3 confirmed. Wait. That's it. Story spoiler. Maybe? We'll find out. You gotta play. Also, would you like to look at my knife collection? Because I have many knives. I'm the richest man ever to own many knives. Oh man. Oh, I love Gaben. Man, I guess Gaben doesn't have a beard though. I need the tiny circle glasses that he has, and I'd be right on.
The little wire frames.
Yeah. So anyway, oh boy, wow, a bit of a tangent there. I should be on the video chat is what I'm learning, because I don't know what fucking people are talking about.
Yeah, Twitch is popping off tonight.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Well, now I'm on the chat room, so. All right, let's go through the list. Matt, you haven't gotten to talk in a while because TJ and I are fucking losing our shit over stuff. I see you have a little update for our podcast here.
Let me just click the link.
Click your link there.
Is, right. Obviously, it's right here.
Ah.
It's the Melissophilia Minute.
Right.
This was a homeowner in Oklahoma.
No
Before
homeowner.
you get started, you should
Wait, no homeowner.
It's
Sorry. Wait, no homeowner. All right.
It's been a few episodes since you've described what your Melissophilia Minute is about, and I don't think everyone in the chat knows what Melissophilia is. So.
Oh god, something's coming through my speakers. Something autoplayed. Close it. Kill it. Okay. John, what's Melissophilia?
Melissophilia is the sexual urge to have bees covering your body, like crawling all over your body.
That is true.
And that is it.
So let me just quick bring up an article that does not have a shitty autoplay ad. So this is this was on video for some reason.
Don't you love that?
An Oklahoma woman who hired a beekeeper to remove a hive from her
vagina.
yard.
Damn it.
And she helped and was doused in bees. The hive exploded bees upon her. But hey, you know what? No stings. Because bees are bros.
Wow.
Bees are bros, hornets are not.
Yeah, for us Melissophilia addicts, we all know hornets are dicks. Bees
Hornets
are awesome.
Are dicks that wear bee costumes. Bees are bros.
Hornets are dicks. Bees are bros. Man, that is a catchphrase. Bees are bros. Yeah.
So the thrust of this story, if I can indulge in some sexually explicit imagery, thrust of this story is that bees are bros and they won't hurt you. They'll caress you gently, but they won't hurt you.
Mm-hmm. Just cover yourself in bees. I know it doesn't feel right at first, but it's so right. Just feeling them crawl over every inch of your skin.
Just caress you with those tiny bee fingers.
That's actually the plot of Half-Life 3. Is you're covered in bees.
This is the worst
Half-Life
ASMR
3
I've ever heard.
Covered in bees.
Half-Life 3, covered in bees, hornets suck, bees are bros. A lot of colons in there.
Half-Life 3, :
I have a question.
Yes.
Did you guys watch Rick and Morty?
No.
I did not.
I want to.
Very special...
I need to watch. I haven't watched the beginning of it.
Well, you haven't watched seasons 1 and 2?
I know I would love it. 'Cause I know that
shit.
the humor resonates with me, but
We had this conversation in the last episode, if I
nobody remembers
remember.
last week except for TJ and the cats that are passed out behind me.
Well, we had specifically mentioned that we need to watch that because that show's so good, and I want to watch it.
If it's on Netflix, we can watch it on Rabbit, and you can comment
or
guide
if
me
it's
through
not,
this spirit journey.
If it's on Hulu Plus, I could log in through Rabbit and we could watch it together.
Basically, what we're trying to say here is Rabbit is the best website ever.
Or we could watch it together because we live in the same damn city and we could hang out and drink.
Okay, but I'd have to leave my apartment for that.
Yeah, and I'd have to clean my apartment for that.
And we'd have to finish watching Cowboy Bebop first.
Kabim Bam Bebop. Yeah.
Cowman Bop Boop.
That we got to. That's another show that every guy says you should watch. Yeah, that's true, though.
I want to rewatch Avatar: The Last Airbender first.
Oh, that's a good show.
I want to rewatch Avatar, the James Cameron movie first.
I've never seen it.
I've heard it. I haven't seen it recently. I've heard it does not age well.
What doesn't age well?
The James Cameron Avatar.
Really? I think people were hating on that right away. I feel like it probably aged just as well as anyone could have expected it to age. I thought it was fun, but I never thought it was You know, I was kind of one of those people that was like, this is like, man, 3D can work. Like, that worked.
Yeah.
Like, that felt like interesting. You know, because I think it did a really good job, and I think a lot of newer movies don't kind of do as good of a job as that did.
Yeah, I liked it, but I watched it on video. I didn't pay for a movie theater ticket, and I'm also the kind of person that was like, Unobtainium? That's hilarious and awesome. Not like the kind of person that would think that's stupid.
Yeah.
John, I feel like you're sacrificing the audio audience to play to the Twitch chat, and it
but
may
playing to the
not...
Twitch chat is fun because I'm a whore for attention. I just need to get a bra and then, you know, have a camera pointing down.
You just bling, thank you. Bling, bling,
thank you for donating.
You.
Johnny X14 has donated 5 cents to my campaign. So thanks for donating. I'm gonna ignore the gameplay that's happening right now to talk about donations. I hate that shit.
That spans all Twitch streamers. I don't like when the
but
Twitch
it has to be that way
streamerness.
because it's the way that it works.
Yeah,
I've started to embrace it, but it still bothers me because I really love just watching YouTube playthroughs.
It happens on every platform where the method of monetization incentivizes streamers to do a certain amount of shilling, and it's just, I don't like it. I also don't like the YouTube method of, hey, everybody, like, comment, subscribe, click the ads, blah, 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 blah. Like,
1 second, I'm going to need you to hit like.
I wish we could
all right, thanks for hitting that like button. Like, fuck
Why
you.
can't we all just live on Patreon or something where we just, 1 second at the end just be like, hey, I did a thing. If you like it, go to Patreon, do that. Like,
yeah.
That's been the least intrusive?
Obstructive? I think intrusive, right? It's
intrusive
like
method of monetization that especially I listen to a lot of podcasts, and it's a way less obstructive to have somebody shout out a Patreon link than to do a MeUndies ad halfway through the show.
That's the same copy that every other podcast that has a
and there's such a small number of companies that are advertising on podcasts. It's like, yes, I get it. Harry's and MeUndies and Casper and fucking Audible. Oh, there was a time where Audible was the only company advertising on podcasts. Yeah. So every ad break was an Audible ad break.
Audible.com. We had Audible, for God's sakes.
And it was yes, it makes sense because that's an audio medium and you're advertising on an audio medium. But way back, Netflix was advertising, and it's you think the people that are hearing this, the people that are internet savvy enough to know what a podcast is, you think they don't already know what Audible and Netflix and things like that are?
Yeah.
You're just advertising to people that already know what you are.
Yeah, it feels like the 800th Casper mattress commercial I hear isn't going to make me buy a goddamn new mattress.
Yeah. It's yes, mission accomplished. The next time I need to buy a mattress, I'll probably think of Casper.
Think about it.
But I'm not going to need to buy a new... I have a 10-year-old mattress, and I'm not going to think about buying a new one for at least 5 more years.
Yeah.
John, I don't get the reference on your head.
Oh, it's okay. It says Kleiner was right. It's a Half-Life joke. You don't know Kleiner?
No, I haven't.
I only played the start of Half-Life 2.
Well, you guys don't know.
I think I got to the.
Okay, so
boat.
Dr. Isaac Kleiner is the scientist in Black Mesa. It's kind of a joke because Kleiner is Kleiner the bad guy in Half-Life 2? I believe so. Never mind. Kleiner's not the bad guy. Different guy. Oh no, Kleiner's the bad guy. Yes.
At the end
So the
of
idea
day,
is Kleiner's the bad guy, right?
And Kleiner is a German name.
Kleiner's a German name. You know, PewDiePie got famous saying Hitler was right, so I have to go. Kleiner was right. I'm making a dumb reference.
So many
joke.
references, but you know what?
I'm mashing references together.
This joke goes
That's the new
deeper
thing.
than the references, so it's, on a fundamental level.
I'm a shitty person.
New Gabe, which is what we're calling John now.
Yep,
New Gabe is part of nerd culture, so he's able to reference this. He's not some outsider like Jim Parsons or the guy from Roseanne.
Yeah. John Goodman,
so,
my other avatar.
No, John Goodman. John Goodman can make as many nerd reference because he was in the Big Lebowski. But the step kid who was Mark's brother.
Mark's brother Roseanne. What the fuck is that actor's name?
I don't know. Nobody knows.
He was really good in Roseanne too. I liked him.
He was good. And
David
I liked
Healy.
Denise a lot better than either Sarah
Johnny
Chalk
Galecki.
or
Johnny Galecki.
Johnny Galecki.
David
That's a
Healy.
real name.
Yep, Johnny Galecki.
I don't.
He's
believe
more
you.
rich than anyone could ever imagine. Anyway, good for him though, because he was great in Roseanne, so he's finally got paid.
Yeah.
So Kleiner was right.
That was another one where like the Johnny Galecki era was where I kind of started becoming conscious of Roseanne being on TV, and it wasn't just background noise of like me in motels and shit.
Yeah. You spent a lot of time in motels as a child, Matt?
Yes, every time we went on family vacation, we were in motels, and it wasn't until many years later that I realized that I think we might have been white trash.
Oh, come on now.
No. I love my family. But
aren't
we did
all just
spend
a little bit of white trash.
Well, so my grandparents
That
had a
is
cabin
true.
up in Medford, Wisconsin, which is home of Tombstone
up in
Pizza.
Medford. Tombstone?
And yeah, Tombstone
Nice.
started in Medford, I think.
What do you want on your tombstone?
That shitty cardboard pizza. But so we would go up to that cabin, but whenever we didn't want to sleep in the cabin and poop in an outhouse, we would stay in a motel in Medford. So as far as like my childhood brain was concerned, that motel was like the height of class because they had a pool and a hot tub, and you know what they had in
Cable TV.
They did have that too, and we watched the Jeff Foxworthy show and Roseanne, and but in the pool room you could buy a frozen Tombstone pizza and cook it in the pizza oven that was in the pool area.
Wait, a pool pizza oven?
Pool pizza oven.
This is the height of class.
It was the height of class.
Oh, man.
No, but I have such fond memories of that town.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of cabins that I grew up in. I had an uncle that had a cabin up near Minocqua, Wisconsin. I think it was Minocqua. Up north, near the Yoopers.
Up north.
Up north there.
Yeah.
Is that where Minocqua is? Am I thinking correctly? Oh,
Yeah.
He's somewhere up there.
It's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Minocqua, Wisconsin. So there's like a million lakes up there, and we used to go up to the cabin. But he had a toilet in the cabin, so it wasn't as bad.
Oh, look at Mr. Fancy here.
I know, I'm Richie Rich over here with toilets. Let's see here. I think we're pretty close to time here. So what do we want to do to wrap up here? We got one final topic we want to get into.
Let's talk about Into the Badlands, because I started watching that yesterday.
Fair enough. What is this? I've heard of it, but I don't
This
know much
is an
about it.
AMC show that apparently has been going on for 3 years. And
American
I had
movie
no
classics.
idea. Yes. So the first
the
first 2 seasons are on Netflix, and the other one you can watch on AMC.com if you steal somebody's cable authentication.
Or if you have a cable authentication.
If you're a fucking dinosaur
citizen.
like Gabe in here, and you have a cable subscription. No, so this is it's super weird because it's way awesome and really well made, but I had no idea it existed until about a week ago. It takes place in some unspecified post-apocalyptic future America, where guns no longer are a thing, and everybody kills each other with melee weapons. So it's basically a kung fu movie in the form of a TV series.
It seemed like a kung fu movie.
It is, and the main character, what's his name? I don't remember. Something Wu
Miss
is
Bad
the actor.
Johnny Badlands.
Dan Wu, I think. Daniel Wu.
Daniel Wu Badlands.
I was looking through his IMDb page, and it's before he started doing English language stuff, it was all Chinese kung fu movies.
Oh, cool.
And you can tell from this that the wire work in this show is fucking sublime. It's amazing.
Oh shit, he was Gul'dan in that Warcraft movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I still didn't see that movie.
It's good.
If you like Warcraft, it's good.
If you like Warcraft, you'll like it. It's got the lore. It's fun.
You have to go into it not expecting a mainstream movie, which is what I did. And what John did.
Yeah. It's good.
And it was just us, right?
You and me, yep.
I couldn't remember if that was one of the ones we dragged Mercury to or not. But
no, I don't think so.
That would not have gone over well.
No.
He would not have liked that. But yeah, it's fine. I hope they make more because I like Duncan Jones and I liked this enough I liked the Warcraft movie enough to want a Frozen Throne movie.
Yeah, it didn't set the world on fire, but I think
it did in China.
It made
a
enough
shitload of money in China.
Yeah. I want to see what the final Warcraft movie gross was.
The Badlands. Watch it.
Yes. Yeah, it from the trailer I saw, because I think I was watching AMC for something else, and it was just crazy kung fu post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah, so
that seemed pretty cool.
The first thing I heard of this was because I was watching The Walking Dead stuff on AMC's website.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what is this? It must be a new show. And I looked into it. Nope, it's been going for 3 years. This super high production wirework show that is basically a ballet of carnage. And I hadn't given it any thought for 3 years. But now I'm here to say, watch it. It's the aesthetic of it is a mashup of kung fu movie and sort of vaguely steampunky Victorian America stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't think I actually described what was going on with it other than they fight with kung fu swords. It's post-apocalyptic and society.
Is it warlords, different people or
Yeah, so
houses?
It's far enough after whatever apocalypse happened. Some sort of nuclear apocalyptic war happened, and this is maybe hundreds or thousands of years after that, and society is reformed into kind of these basically feudal societies that are ruled by barons. And in the world of the show, which is actually quite small, apparently, because it's the whole world is broken up into, I think, 12 barons. And they all have got these monopolies over some resource, whether it's gasoline or opium, or I'm assuming others that I haven't encountered yet. And they've got their cogs, which are their slaves, and their dolls, which are their prostitute class, and then the clippers are their bounty hunters, who are they're basically samurai.
Yeah. Well, that sounds really cool.
They're not supposed to take they're not supposed to have wives or children or any other anything
So
that
like
would
Jedi.
split their loyalties. Yeah.
Okay.
And
cool.
First episode, those rules aren't very strictly adhered to, just like with the Jedi.
Yeah. Okay, so Warcraft movie cost $160 million to make.
Mm-hmm.
And in the U.S. it made $47 million, and the foreign take was $386 million. So it made $433 million overall. So usually they talk about production budget and marketing.
Usually marketing is not built into the actual budget.
So you can usually multiply it by 2 to get it. So 380 million probably would be what it was. So it only probably made about 50 million in profit, but still not bad, especially for the start of a trilogy. So they probably could make another one, but I think as late as January of this year, Duncan Jones on Twitter just responded to someone who said they were a fan asking if the sequel, and was like, I don't know, ask Legendary. So I don't know.
Wasn't Legendary was partnered with a Chinese production house for that, right?
I think for the release in China, and maybe the Chinese stakeholders want a bigger say in the sequel because they're like, hey, that's where all the money is.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm wondering if it could just be a Chinese production, because
it could be
for a lot of movie genres, they're like, for the big action stuff, they're definitely catering to Chinese audiences more. So it only seems like a matter of time before production moves over there.
It could be a Chinese production, but I think part of the reason why Chinese fans have flocked to it like American blockbusters is I think they like the American style cinema that's different than the Chinese. It's kind of a thing too. So I think they like making them in America, but also putting in Chinese actors and themes to kind of add, which is fine, I guess. I mean, if it gives me another Warcraft movie, make Jaina Asian, I guess. Make her a Chinese actress. It's fine. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, and
I don't care.
Like, there's a lot of the real bad action movies. Like, you wonder if they cast bad actors just because they look good and they know that their voices are going to be dubbed for the Chinese audience later.
True. Because they'll have famous Chinese actors do the voiceover.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, I think that's it, though. We got to call it here.
Yep.
All right. You can find me at bornintheeighties.net for at least another year. It's been renewed, so bornintheeighties.net is the way.
Hooray.
Or John_Danger at Twitter. Matt, what about you?
I'm going to say you should find me on Instagram at Matt Hag Music, because I've been posting about once a day, just trying to sharpen my skills at finding weird shit to notice, just noticing shit around me to take pictures of. So I'm not going to spam you. I only post about once a day.
Green things.
I posted some green things. Yes.
I see.
Sometimes it's weird animatronic musicians from House on the Rock. Yeah. Sometimes it's nature.
Sometimes it's cats.
It's usually cats, if I'm honest. It's a lot of
That's
the time.
All
it's
my
cats.
Instagram ever is cats. So
check out Cats on Amps on Instagram.
Oh, good. I'm glad that Mercury's Instagram latest post is just his naked butt and part of his pubic hair. Oh, good. Thank you for that.
I scrolled past that so many times. I'm like, ooh, Instagram butt. Oh, no, it's just Mercury.
It's just Mercury's butt. Anyway. TJ?
Yeah, well, come catch me out on Twitter. Just search for May of May, or I'm just at May of May 84. And I've actually been attempting to stream again. I actually did stream a little bit of Persona 5.
Nice.
As well as I'm starting to stream Use Your Words, which is a party game we can all play together. Which you guys are up to it for even one game.
What game?
I'm actually Use Your Words. We could play it like right now for a quick 10-20 minutes.
Oh, I know. Well, I say I know, but I have listened to podcasts with the guy that made that, so I feel like he's a friend of mine.
Got it.
Yeah, I help support it. So
yeah, can we play it over the interwebs?
Yes. Yeah, you'll just watch it on my stream, and you'll be able to play it with your computer or a mobile device.
Nice.
Yeah. I'll
Let's
keep
do it
my
after
Twitch
this.
stream going too, so that we
Cool.
can maintain.
I'll be on it.
This fantastic audience that we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to check out your stream, but you're always like, I always get the notification when I'm already in bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start the
last
game.
time
Ow!
Okay.
Last
I
time I
just hit
started
my knee.
streaming, last time I started streaming, my computer actually just crashed in the middle of it. So
Okay.
I'm hoping for that not to happen this time.
All right.
And this is the
Well,
end
it's
of
on
the
the
podcast. Do 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 do.
Okay. Let me listen. Oh no, here it comes. Okay.
Jesus
I
Christ.
sneezed so hard my headphones just fell off.
Jeez.
I sneezed like that a few times today.
It literally fell off my head. And the plug came out. Give me a minute. Okay, I'm better.
Okay.
Oh my
Glad
god.
that you survived through that long national nightmare.
I'm glad
right.
we recorded that.
I think so.
Alright.
We're getting some EVPs from TJ.
Yeah.
Get out!
I think my recording, my levels got... No, my levels are fine. Alright. I'm gonna boost Matt just a tiny bit.
All
Hey,
right.
Matt.
Hey!
Alright, Matt, talk a bunch.
My name is Matt. I am not fat. I don't have a baseball bat, but I have
All right,
a
cool.
cat.
I'm John, and I'm a man. I'm a man. TJ, go talk.
The general consensus I've heard from is pretty good. I kind of want to hear about it.
Oh man, TJ, you got a lot of background noise coming in.
Yeah, just set me low and I'll just yell. Because I
Okay.
can do that now.
Okay. TJ, can you talk again?
Okay, now I'm talking a little bit louder.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Yep. This is fun. All right, let's start. All right, ready?
Let me go to live to Twitch.
Man, that is a light amount of water that I have.
Yeah, we should be live to Twitch now, I think.
I wish I had more water.
Water everywhere, but not a drop to drink.
It sounds like TJ's like in a water vat.
He's in
I might as
a
well be.
whisper ghost land.
Yeah. I muted him.
All right, we are.
Wait,
we're on Twitch.
How do I unmute? Oh, there it goes.
Oh, there we go. Good.
Man, I wish there was a way to set like sound thresholds.
Yeah, like a gate
think-
level.
Yeah, there is a way, but I don't know if that you can do it on this software. It's fine. How long do you have till you're home?
I go fast, about 30 minutes.
Okay.
All
The
right.
whole thing.
So
You have,
just like a quarter of an episode.
You have a you said you
Hey,
had a
we've got 2
freelance-
viewers.
You said you had a
Welcome,
freelance
viewers.
gig?
Yeah, so
We'll talk about that on the show.
Well, no. Maybe he doesn't want to talk about it on the show.
Well, we're broadcasting now, so
I can talk about it. It's boring as shit.
What is it?
John's having a candy treat.
I help prepare business personal property taxes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That does sound boring.
TJ sounds too
It
quiet
is.
to me. Shall we turn him up?
I'll turn him up.
Oh, I'm loud enough.
All right. I'm putting on chapstick. This is gold.
it's the splash screen right now, so you're good.
All right, I'm ready. What number episode is it?
Oh no.
Are we 260?
I need the right
260.
logo on. Okay. Yeah, 260.
Is it really 260?
Yeah, the big 260. Our faces are on the screen now too. So
it's because I haven't put up 259 yet. So.
Well, they don't need
is
to know
5
that.
Alright, I'm ready to start.
Let's start.
Do you have a timer set?